So welcome back. So in the first session, we learned the definition and the very basic properties of Laplace transform and some basic results also. We'll move on to the next part. A brief out of all the basic results are given here because we are going to solve some problems using these basic Laplace transforms. Fine. So I have just given some problems which involves all the type of functions. We'll do it one by one. So first I have to find the Laplace of this function. It is in a square format. The very important thing you have to notice, it is in the square form, but this we have not derived any basic with power 2. So first we need to convert everything to a power 1 linear term. So we apply our algebraic formula a plus b whole square to expand it in a linear form, and this last one we have just given it as it is 1 by e power 2t, so we have written it in a negative way. Then now this becomes an easy problem. Just look at this. This is now very simple to write because I know what is Laplace of e power at when you move to the previous discussions. So the formula says we have all these L of 1, L of k, e power at minus at, cos at, sin at, all these are standard. So once you have this form, you can easily write the Laplace transform. So now I'll be writing it, and this can be split using our linearity property. So we can compute the Laplace for each function separately and then add it accordingly. Now if you observe this, this is e power at. Here my 8 is plus 2, so I write it as s minus 2. E power at, the formula ends up with 1 by s minus e. So my a is 2, here a and this minus 2. And L of 2 is L of k formula is applied, so I get 2 by s. L of e power minus 2t is, it's minus 2, so I end up here with plus 2. Please do observe this change in sign. And that's it. If you can bring out LCM and write it in a better way also. Second problem, you have a sine function with a 4 multiple. So in Laplace by linearity, you can pull out the constants in the functional part, so not in the angular term. So 4 can be pulled out. So sine 4t, I know the formula is a by s square plus a square. Here my a is this term, whatever is here. This is my a term. So my a is 4, so I write 4 by s square plus 4 square. And then we do the 4 square simplifying value, we give the final answer. So I hope you are following. This is the second discussion. Coming to the third discussion, it is 3 cos hyperbolic function with phi t. So again 3 is taken out. Cos hyperbolic function, the formula is, note that there is a change in formula. When you note the change, it is s by s square negative phi square. In cos function it will be a plus. In circular functions, cos sine, it will be a plus, whereas in hyperbolic it will be a negative. So s by s square minus phi square, you get again, you rewrite the value. Now you observe this. This is a combination of two. One is exponential, one is cosine. But still there is no problem. You have there is one bracket here. Okay, right. Oh, fine. So you can have a linearity property applied. You can deal it as two separate functions. So same again. Here my formula in a part takes a b, so I have written a b. Fine. Well. Now again, this has a power 2, so I'm expanding it, and then this is expansion of a plus b whole square formula. Then again I'm writing L of t square. L of 2t, again 2 is pulled out, I'm writing 2 times L of t and L of 1. So apply your formulas. You observe this formula. L of t power n is n factorial. Here n is 2. So I write 2 factorial. Actually, the previous step should have been 2 factorial by s power n plus 1. But n is 2, so I write s cube. So I simply write 2 by s cube. Here n power is 1, so I am writing 1 factorial or 1 and denominator is s square. Okay. So coming to the sixth case. Now sixth is a very special problem because see, you observe this, it is not e to the power at, it is some base number to the power term at. So we don't have any basic derivation for this in Laplace. So what we have to do, you convert into a exponential by using our usual log and exponential formula. We can rewrite this as e to the power log 2 power at. This is nothing but 2 power 18. So what happens? Now I apply the power rule of logarithm. This 80 can be brought to the power part like this, 80 log 2. Now again this step needs a rewriting work because t is the variable. So pull out t and constants are a and log 2. So write a log 2 t. So here my e power at format will take my a value as a log 2. A log 2. So this is 1 by e power at. The formula tells the Laplace is 1 by s minus a. So here my a value is a log 2. I am just substituting that to get my result. Okay, now this is a very interesting part. We are going to move on to apply the same basic formulas, but not directly. We need to do some more conversion work using our algebraic trigonometric formulas, like we did in whole square, a plus b whole square. So before going on to this, we need to learn all those circular and hyperbolic relational function identities to be remembered. So now this we cannot write directly. We have a problem now. So sine 3t is not given. It's sine square. So convert this square to a power 1 using our formula. 1 sine at is 1 minus cos 2at by 2. So this 3t is converted to 60 and this is the conversion. We have converted this to this function. Only then I can find the Laplace. Directly I cannot find the Laplace. So this again it's simpler. Just split into two terms. Half can be pulled out and put into two terms by linearity property. Linearity property doesn't mean a plus addition. It can be a negative linking also. So you can split the terms in whatever way it is given. So apply the formulas. So simple. You got the result now. Again cos cube in a similar way by applying the formula of conversion cos cube to this we can split and then go ahead with the result. Now this again needs a discussion. Now if you observe this is going to be a product of sine and cos. It's not a simple sine power or cos power. If it is a product of sine and cos, we know a set of 4 formulas in trigonometry: sin A, cos B, cos A, cos B, sin A, sin B, and cos A, sin B. So check out that formula. I have just taken the bigger one as A. So I have applied a formula cos A, sin B. So what is cos A, sin B? Sin of A plus B minus sin of A minus B. So when you add up the angular terms, it is phi t. When you subtract, it is t. So cos A sin B will have a negative link here. So sin of A plus B is phi t and minus sin of A minus B is, it's not 2 minus 3, it's 3 minus 2 because I have applied the other formula. And that's it. 1 by 2 can be pulled out. Apply the formula of sin f phi t and sin t. That's it. Same way I have worked out the fourth one also. And the fifth one with a similar product function. Okay, I think we need to have a bit of discussion in this. Now this is neither a product form nor a power form, but it is an angular term with a summational value. So cos of AT plus B. We cannot do it directly now because t function is mixed with some added constant. So we need to separate that first and then only we can go ahead with the Laplace function. So use your cos of A plus B formula as cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. This gives you the value of constants cos B and sin B. So now cos B is a constant, pull out. Sin B is a constant, pull out and rewrite your formulas. So only when you do this conversion, it is going to work. Okay. So same way I have discussed some hyperbolic functions also. This is again dealing with conversion formulas. You need to remember all those conversion formulas and then use the basic results to get your corresponding Laplace. So same what I discussed in the earlier problem. So instead there is a cos hyperbolic A plus B formula to be applied. Just note this H term and then we can arrive at this answer. So thank you. We'll learn further more things in the upcoming sessions.